Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting, and today I'm working through day 3 of By the Will for God's Consider Jesus devotional. Now also today I am doing a hymn stories theme. I haven't done one of these in almost a year and I've completely missed doing them. They're quick and easy, and it's just a little card that I do the story of the hymn on one side and then decorate the front side and then stick it into my pocket Bible from By the Will for God. And so I have really wanted to jump back into it. And so this devotional is the perfect way to kind of meld both of those together with the Consider Jesus devotional and also the hymn stories that I do, because there were a number of different hymns mentioned in this devotional. So today we're going to talk about the hymn Before the Throne of God Above, which was originally written by Charity Lee Smith, who lived from 1841 to 1923 in Ireland. The hymn was first published in The Praise of Jesus, which was a hymn book compiled by William Reed of Edinburgh, and then it quickly made its way over to the States and was included in Praises of Jesus, which was another hymn book edited by Edward Hammond and William Bradbury. 3 years after its writing, it became one of Charles Spurgeon's favorite hymns, and he decided to include it in his own hymn book in 1866. Later in life, in 1892, just before his death, he actually ended up quoting part of this hymn in his last public appearance. For the first 100+ years of this song, it was sung with many different tunes and rhythms, and not until 1997 was this song created into the song that we sing and know of today. And that is all in part from Vicki Cook, who is the composer for Sovereign Grace Music, and she composed the music to go along with this hymn. So for this hymn stories card, I decided to keep the same theme in looks with the Consider Jesus kit, and so I'm using much of those items in this card. So this little book page is actually from the Ephemera pack from the kit, and then I'm also just kind of making them similar in color to the back side. All the cards that I had were neutral, but once I compared it to that book page and the colors of this kit, that card looked a little bit more of a green tinged, and so that's why I'm adding those browns to kind of make it more neutral. I also had this fun stencil from the kit, and I didn't have a chance to use it yet, and so I decided that I would use it on the back side of this card. It's called Lilies of the Field, and I am just using some regular texture paste through it, and I'll let it sit and dry because honestly at this point my electricity went off. We had some issues apparently, and so I decided to keep on trucking and working through this. So I have this little envelope that came with the sticker pack, and I decided to just put it on some cardstock and make my own ephemera with it. I'm going to tuck that in behind these florals, and I will cut off some of the edges of the florals so that it can lay nicely inside my pocket Bible, but I'll leave some of those leaves kind of hanging off this side where they can, hang out of the Bible, but it fits right nicely into that gutter. So I also typed up some of the lyrics of this hymn on some of that book page paper, and I'm adding a little bit of black around the edges with some distress ink because I don't want it to get lost in the background. I want it to definitely stand out a bit, and since it is the same color as the background, it could easily get lost. So this is a great way to help something stand out while keeping with the same color scheme. I had this lace that I also really wanted to use on this card, but the cluster did already start seeming a little bit crowded with the background and everything. And so instead, I'm actually going to stick this lace on the side of my card, and I'll kind of poke out on the pages of my Bible. And that way I still have the lace, but it's not making things too crowded. Now I did use my Barely Arts glue and tried to smush it between two cards. It did take a little bit of pressure and some time, so if you want to do things faster, I suggest using either some Fabri-Tac glue or your tiny attacher. So now my words are ready to be glued down, and I've chosen the phrase from the hymn, "A great high priest whose name is love, whoever lives and pleads for me." What a wonderful reminder. Now, after gluing this all down, this card is officially done. I hope you've enjoyed these hymn stories. I really like working on them because It's just something a little bit different, and it's quick and easy and shows you different ways that you can use your Bible journaling supplies. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will try to link everything I use down below in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.